Good. One today is Tuesday, April 1st, 2025. Jump day for Wednesday the 2nd. All right, let's go. With no setups going into tomorrow, this XERS looks okay. We'll talk about that in just 1 second. That's why I have C video in here. Obviously, not a fantastic day, but a little bit of bounce action going on. JBL obviously started better than it ended. We'll take a look at that too. This XERS looks okay. Much longer term. It does have some issues. I realize that's quite a few years back. Also, here's the thing. In a bull market, obviously a rising tide lifts all boats. The old stock market adage, obviously. And so now we've got one stock that looks okay, and then obviously the market is real iffy. So a lot of times they catch up to the market, or the market catches up to them, I should say, like PPH. I'll show you that in just 1 second. Root also initially caught my eye, but it's come all the way back into where it's broken out from, and then from there it's not much higher than its prior consolidation. So that one, it's going to come off the list tonight, but I just want to show you a couple things that I'm seeing out there. The rest of the ones in here, well, actually this one's actually a long too, but again, I'm just not really that excited about going after anything. Now, if I see a setup that really knocks my socks off, then yeah, maybe we'll take it. Or something like the goals, I could trade contra to the overall market. Now, one of the issues, let's take a look at the portfolio first, and I'll get back to that. I'm sorry. CCL, a little bit of a move in our favor, better than the poke in the eye, I suppose. TPR, bit of a bounce after a bit of a dip. Still looks like it's in trouble longer term. JBL also dipped a bit, didn't recover to close well, and in the plus column. Now, let me just show you this real quick, and then we'll hop out to the rest of the indices in the market before I forget. Take a look at like PPH. You can see it got whacked really hard today, and that was one of the stronger areas in spite of the overall market. And this is a danger of chasing relative strength, as I've been preaching quite a bit in a bear type market, or bearish type market. I'm not going to call it a bear market just yet. You have to be careful, as you'd likely know, not to label things. Now, one issue that we're seeing, or I'm seeing, I should say, is that the market is kind of all over the place lately. It's chopping back and forth, and that's kind of mucking up the charts. Also, with the short side, you want to try to be in as early as possible in that first pullback, right after that bow tie, the first thrust, or whatever. And now there's not as many stocks that are showing that type of pattern. If we do get into a prolonged downtrend, then obviously we'll have to go with stocks that are just like a generic pullback, just like we played the long side. But for now, I still want to try to find things that are at higher levels and just the early phases to break it down. Kind of like the overall market itself. Take a look at the NASDAQ. You can see it sold off fairly hard out of this recent pullback in here, now beginning to bounce back a little bit. Rusty 2000, kind of consolidating down to these levels, finding a little support at the prior lows. I wouldn't get too excited about that just yet, though. The intermediate term trend does remain down. A lot of areas bounce, but not enough to get excited about. That was bots and AI. You can see cyber security bouncing a little bit, and it's no big shock. A lot of areas look like the market itself. Biotechnology breaking down with vigor, basis the IBB, as you can see. So that's a fairly ugly move there, down here at these 1 year plus lows, or right at 1 year lows. So as you go through the rest of the sectors, just kind of looking like the market itself. We had the thrust pullback, thrust, and then now bouncing a little bit. And again, nothing to get too excited about just yet. It's cloud computing, a little bit of a bounce, but again, you guessed it, remaining in a downtrend. Semiconductors, a little bit of bounce, but again, remaining in a downtrend. Thrust, pullback, thrust, and a little bit of pullback in here. So just not a whole lot to get excited about at this juncture, but that's okay. It took me a long time to learn that you need to let the market come to you. Everybody have a fantastic night. If you have any questions, you know the routine. Thank you so much.